Good evening once again, and welcome back to St. Francis softball. Taking on Trinity International University now in Game 2 of a doubleheader. Terry Bonadonna with you for the call of today's game. Saints just defeated Trinity 2-0 in Game 1 of the Twin Bill, and now they'll try for their second consecutive doubleheader sweep here at home. Actually, their third consecutive doubleheader sweep overall. They pulled one off last week in Ohio as well. Let's take a look at the starting lineups as we get set to start today's game. First for the visitors from Trinity International, Jessica Vroman leads off, playing second base. Batting second, center fielder Peyton Carley. Emily Dumas hits third and plays first base. Sarah Grigas is the cleanup batter and catcher. Tenley Bozzi plays right field. Hitting sixth, shortstop Gina Loy. Third baseman is Lauren Naveau. Batting eighth, Emily Gifford. Gifford plays left field, and hitting ninth is the designated player, Taylor Carley. Give you the Saints starting lineup in just a moment, but we're ready to start. First pitch of the ball game is bunted through for strike one, and we are underway. 0-1 on Jessica Vroman. 6:12 p.m. Central Time here as we get this thing started. Taylor Bars doing the pitching for St. Francis. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Taylor started yesterday through 3 innings with no decision in a matchup against, against Calumet College St. Joseph. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, picked up by Gallison. Wild throw to first base. Roman is safe to begin today's game. And she reaches on a 0-2 count. Peyton Carley will bat next against Taylor Bars, who's 3-2 with a 3.03 ERA this year, 37 innings. She's allowed 29 runs, 16 of them earned on 49 hits, 19 strikeouts, 8 walks on the season for the junior lefty. Here's Carley, swinging at the first pitch and missing for strike one. Rest of the lineup for the Fighting Saints today. Anna Weatherall will lead things off. She plays center field. Brooke Carricker bats second and plays second. Allie Belandis is behind the plate. Cleanup batter is designated player Kayla Garcia. There's a bunt and a miss. Strike two. Jensen Torzinski bats fifth and plays first. Ashley Gallison is at shortstop. Haley Lent in left field. Caitlin Rolniak hits eighth and plays third. Batting ninth is the right fielder, Paige Egan. Second straight 0-2 count. This one is popped up left side foul and out of play. Previous batter, Jessica Vroman, on 0-2, was able to put the ball in play and reach first base when Gallison's throw to first was not on the mark. There's a slow grounder to Caitlin Rolniak. Third baseman throws it over to first, then retires Carley. One away. Vroman into second base on the ground out, and the batter will be Emily Dumas. First pitch to Dumas is taken for strike one. Emily Dumas, a .256 hitter entering play today, went 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts against Morgan Derringer in game one. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Taylor Bars has thrown nothing but strikes here in the first inning. First 9 pitches have all been in the zone. There's a swing and a miss for strike three. Ball popped out of the glove of Allie Belandis, but she applies the tag. So no harm, no foul. 2 down in the first. Roman at second base. She reached on an error.
Number 19, Sarah Grigas.
Got a ground out and a strikeout, and now Grigas, the last hope for Trinity to get a run in the first inning. Grigas swings, grounds it up the middle, and through for a hit. Roman will try to score. Weatherall's throw from center field is cut off. It's an RBI single with 2 outs for Sarah Grigas, and Trinity International is on the board for the first time today. After getting shut out in game one, they score in the first inning here of game two. Sarah Grigas picks up her 15th RBI of the season. That's more than twice as many as any other Trojan this year. Leadoff error comes back to haunt the Saints. Ball one low on Tenley Bozzi, and that's the first ball thrown today by Taylor Bars. That comes after 11 consecutive strikes to start the contest. There's a strike. Called by the home plate umpire. It's 1-1. Tenley Bozzi, 238 batter coming in. She went 0 for 3 in game one tonight. She's down to her final strike. It's 1-2. Strike three called, and the inning is over. Second strikeout of the inning for Taylor Bars, but the Trinity International Trojans strike first in this game. A hit, an error, one left. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Saints coming to bat, trailing 1-0. Anna Weatherall leads off the bottom of the first inning for the University of St. Francis, trailing 1-0 early against Trinity International. And facing Grace Magnuson. Magnuson's first pitch is in there for a strike. Weatherall, Carricker, and Belandis do up this inning. Garcia, Torzinski, Gallison, Lent, Rolniak, and Egan make up the rest of the lineup. 1-1 on Weatherall. Slapped down the right side and gloved nicely on a hop by Dumas. Dumas carries it to the bag for out number one. Grace Magnuson this year has started 7 games. 2 complete games. She's 2-3 with an 8.68 ERA. Brooke Carricker takes strike one. Magnuson, 34 2/3 innings pitched this year. She's allowed 50 runs, 43 of them earned, on 61 hits. Fouled away by Carricker, 0-2. She struck out 12, walked 13. Opponents are batting .409 off of her this year. Carricker takes the ball outside, 1-2. Well, Carricker had good success in game one. 3 for 4 with an RBI double. This one flown deep out to left field but foul, and that ball will get out of play. Still 1-2 on the senior second baseman. Takes high. It's 2-2. Saints won game one 2-0, but they struggled overall at the plate. Didn't score until the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Magnuson off to a strong start.
Catcher, number 22, Allie Fernandez.
She has retired the first 2 batters that she's faced. And now it's Allie Belandis. Belandis, like Carricker, had big production in game 1. She had a pair of hits, reached base 3 times overall. Ball 1 high on Belandis. Next pitch coming in. Swung on, hit in the air out to center field. Carly steps in, makes the catch, and ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Saints in the first. We'll head to inning number 2. 1-0 Trinity. Top of the second inning, Taylor Barz's first pitch comes in for strike 1 on Gina Loy. 0-1 on Loy. She'll be followed by Naveau and Gifford this inning. 1-0 Trinity, followed away by Loy. It's 0-2. Trojans got a run on an RBI single from Sarah Grigas with 2 outs in the top of the first. Grace Magnuson followed that up with a 1-2-3 bottom half of the inning. Trojans look good to start this one off. 1-2 on Loy. Rare ball thrown by Taylor Barz. It's just her second of the game so far. Ground ball right side, knocked down by Torzinski. She picks the ball up, carries it to first. 3 unassisted. Out number 1. That'll bring up Lauren Naveau. Naveau, a .415 hitter coming into play today. Double, a triple, 6 RBIs in 14 games. Hitting way down at number 7 in the order, though. She went 1 for 3 in game 1. She takes a strike here. Ball outside, 1-1. Next pitch from the lefty. Taken for a strike, 1-2. Trinity's been rather patient with Taylor Barz early on. Taking a lot of pitches, but they consistently find themselves behind the count 0-2. Swing on this, strike 3. That's already 3 strikeouts in the game. Taylor Barz off to a good start. The only mistake was the 2-out RBI single to Grigas in the first inning, knocking in Jessica Vroman. Vroman had reached on an error. There's strike one on Gifford. Like I said, they've been patient, but 6 of the first 7 hitters have been in 2-strike counts. Hard to hit out of a 2-strike count ever. They're there consistently, swing and a miss. So now 7 of 8 hitters have seen 2-strike counts. The only one who didn't was Grigas, who singled on the first pitch he saw, the only hit of the game so far. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 4 strikeouts for Bars through 2 innings, and a 1-2-3 second. But as we head to the bottom of the second inning, Saints trail the Trojans 1-0. Nothing. Saints trail in the bottom of the second. Kayla Garcia leads things off here against Grace Magnuson, takes strike 1. Magnuson was sharp in the first, a 1-2-3 inning featuring a strikeout. She misses on Garcia, 1-1. Kayla Garcia broke a scoreless tie with an RBI single in the 5th inning in game 1. 1 for 2 in that game with a walk. She's got a hit here. Hit sharply out to left field. It's a leadoff single. And the first base runner of the game for the Saints here in the bottom of the second. Jensen Torzinski is going to be the batter for the Saints, and they're going to have a new runner, I think, at first base. As Amanda Jensen visits with the home plate umpire. Looks like they're discussing a lineup change. And it is going to be a different runner. Rachel Andretti coming in at first base. So Garcia gets to take a seat until her next at bat. Andretti in as the runner at first base. Jensen Torzinski had some tough luck in game 1. Went 0 for 3. She drops down a bunt here. Third base side. Picked up by Naveau, who throws over to first and gets the out. 5-4 on the sacrifice. Garcia, or rather pinch runner Andretti, into second base.
Number 16, Ashley Gallison.
Tying run is in scoring position. Ashley Gallison. Gallison jumps out of the way of ball 1 inside. Ashley Gallison in game 1, 1 for 3 with a single. Entered today with a .380 batting average. She takes ball 1 low, or ball 2 rather low. It's 2-0. line foul left side, 2-1. Andretti at second base. 1 out. Grace Magnuson, 8.68 ERA coming in. She's retired 4 of the first 5 batters she's faced in this game. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Haley Lent waits in the on-deck circle. She'll get a crack at knocking in Andretti if Gallison can't do it, but Gallison trying to tie the score right here. She takes the ball low, 3-2. Ball 4 high. Started her off 2-0, came back with 2 straight strikes. Setting up a pitcher's count. And then missed on the last 2 for her first walk of the game. Magnuson puts Gallison aboard for free. They're first and second with 1 out for Haley Lent. Lent swings and fouls it straight back off the screen. Strike 1. He's trying to even this one up or take the lead. Trinity scored on a 2-out base hit in the top of the first. Strike called, 0-2. Haley Lent, 256 batter coming in with 11 RBIs. One of 6 Saints in double digits in RBIs. There's a weak grounder to short, a collision, and the ball is ruled dead. Second time we've seen that runner's interference call today. Andretti ran right over Gina Loy, who was trying to make the play, and so she is ruled out. The other 2 runners still aboard. Gallison advancing to second on the play. Lent is safe at first. 2 outs for Caitlin Rolniak, but it looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter here, and what could be a crucial moment in the game as early as we are. It goes as a fielder's choice, 6 unassisted on the interference. We're going to see Lena Mito get a chance here. Mito, 313 hitter coming into play today, 5 for 16 as a pinch hitter. She's 5 of 17 now because she did come up once in game 1. She is exclusively a pinch hitter. It's her 17th game of the year. She's played in 17 of the team's 20. But she has not started a single one. They've all been pinch hitting appearances. Strike 1 call. Next one is high, 1-1. One nothing deficit, 2 on, 2 out. Pitch to Mito. Fly ball out to center field. Carly comes on and drops the ball. Gallison comes in to score. Lent moves up to second base, and we're tied at 1 on Peyton Carley's drop out in center field. Mito will take it. Didn't do exactly what she was brought in to do, but she made contact. She put the ball in play, and anytime you do that, you got a chance of making something happen. That's what happened right there. Routine play out in center field. Carly just dropped the ball, allowing a run to come in to score. So Gallison crosses the plate. Really Lent into second base, and now Caitlin Rolniak back in at first base. Mito did her job as pinch hitter, and Rolniak returns to the action to run. And now, I believe we'll get another pinch hitter for Paige Egan. We're going to see Julie Chernikowski come up to bat in place of Egan here in the 9 spot in the batting order.
Number 27, Julie Chernikowski.
Chernikowski pinch hitting for the 2nd straight game. She flew out, and she was up there in game 1. Chernikowski taking on a bit of a Lena Mito role here, is almost exclusively a pinch hitter. Both of them can catch Allie Belandis ever needs a break. A starting roll. Ball one low on Chernikowski. Single, a walk, and air. So it's got us to where we are this inning with 2 outs, 1 run in, 2 runners on. Tough break for Grace Magnuson, who's pitched well. Chernikowski was hit by the pitch. So they're loaded now for the top of the order. Still just 1 hit in the inning for St. Francis, but a run is in, and now they're loaded with 2 down. And Anna Wetherell's got an opportunity here to give the Saints their first lead. And like Mito, Chernikowski did her job as pinch hitter, and now appears to be done. See if they bring Paige Egan back in to run for her, or if it's somebody else. It's somebody else. Maddie Keating is the pinch runner at first base. So it's Keating at first, Rolniak at second, Lent at third, and Wetherell the batter. She swings the first pitch and pops it up, shallow center, and it's going to drop for a base hit. 2 runs score for St. Francis. Miscommunication between Vroman and Carly. Second baseman and center fielder just let it drop right between them, and it turns into a 2-run hit for Anna Wetherell, and the Saints lead 3-1. It's a bizarre play right there, and more tough luck for Grace Magnuson, who has not pitched poorly. Just can't catch a break here. Little pop up to center field. It's been her specialty this inning. Trying to end the inning on pop-ups to center field, but they keep dropping. Here's Brooke Carricker taking ball 1 inside. Keating all the way to third base on that play. So they're at the corners with 2 down. Carricker lines it out to left field, a base hit. Keating scores, Wetherell to second base. It's 4-1 Saints. This whole rally has come with 2 outs. A couple of mistakes out in center field. And Carricker's got herself an RBI base hit. For Brooke, that's RBI number 13 this year. And a meeting in the pitcher's circle right now. Trying to settle down Grace Magnuson. First pitch to Belandis, popped up foul and out of play. 0-1 on Allie Belandis, the 9th hitter of the inning, 0 for 1 with a flyout. There have been 3 hits this inning by the Saints. 2 of them have come in a row. Ball in the dirt, 1-1. One of those 2 hits, though, was a pop-up to center field that could have been caught by either Vroman or Carly, and they let it drop between them. Last one, a solid shot from Carricker. Ground ball to third, and between the legs of Lauren DeVoe out to left field. Wetherell comes in to score. Up to second base is Carricker, and another run for the Saints. They lead it 5-1. And this inning probably should have ended 3 different times already. But it goes on. Kayla Garcia will be the 10th hitter of the inning. Frances Arabica, the head coach of the Trojans, out to talk with Grace Magnuson, but she'll remain in the game. Not a whole lot Magnuson really could have done in this inning. Another error on that last play allowed Belandis to reach base, so 2 errors in the inning. A third one that was not an error but should have been caught. Give Belandis this, at least that was hard contact that time. Hard contact right at Naveau, though, couldn't make the play. Here's Kayla Garcia taking ball 1. 5 runs have scored this inning. And a chance for more damage. 2 on and 2 out. And the best hitter on the team at the plate. Garcia takes the ball inside. Garcia takes the ball. She's ahead in the count 3-0 and in danger of loading the bases for Jensen Torzinski. 5 runs already in this inning. Garcia takes the strike, 3-1. Kayla Garcia singled to begin this rally. She singled to start the inning. She was pinch run for, but re-enters the game now as a batter and takes ball 4. So she's on base for the second time today. For the second time in the game, I should say. She's based a few times in game 1 as well. And they're loaded. A chance to really blow this game open for Jensen Torzinski. Torzinski already has a sacrifice bunt this inning. She's looking for her first hit of the day after going 0 for 3 in game 1. She takes strike 1, the 11th batter of the inning. Torzinski, a .340 hitter coming in. Leads the team with 20 RBIs and trying to drive in at least one more here. She hits it in the air out to left center field, and that one will be caught by the shortstop Gina Loy, who backs up and makes the play. A couple of pop-ups were not brought in this inning, but this one finally is to wrap it up. Leaving the bases loaded, but the Saints score 5 runs in the inning. They do it on just 3 hits, a couple of costly errors thrown in there as well. We head to the 3rd. Saints 5, Trojans 1. Five to 1. St. Francis has the lead. Taylor Barse out to face 9, 1 and 2 this inning, and a swing and a miss from Taylor Carley to start things off. Carley getting her first at bat of the game, a 200 hitter. She was the pitcher in game 1, pitched really well, complete game. Allowed only 2 runs, but took the loss. She went 0 for 2 at the plate. She takes a ball here, 1-1. Bar's pitching with the lead for the first time. She was down 1-0 when she left the field at the end of the second inning. There's a foul tip. It's 1-2. Now all of a sudden a 5-1 lead. All 5 runs by St. Francis were scored with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Benefited by a couple of costly errors. Strike 3 call. Another strikeout for Taylor Barse. That's 3 in a row and 5 for the game. First time through the batting order. She has struck out 5 of 9. She's retired 5 consecutive batters now and back to the top of the order. And Jessica Vroman. Vroman reached on an error her first time up. She scored the game's first run. takes strike one. Vroman's got excellent speed. So the bunt is always in play. Corner infielders are creeping in. There's a bunt attempt. She misses at it though. Strike two. Fouled back. Still 0-2. Batter of the game. 9 of them have seen 2 strike counts against Bars. That ball is fouled back, still 0-2. Sarah Grigas picked up an RBI single, the only hit of the game so far for Trinity. On the first pitch she saw in the first inning, every other batter has been in a 2-strike count. Very difficult to operate under those circumstances. The ball is rolled weakly foul to the right side. You'll see another 0-2 pitch. It's about to be the 6th pitch of the at-bat. And Bars has not missed the zone yet. Lefty versus lefty. Another 0-2. Another foul ball. Bars sets herself up on the rubber. Next pitch. Popped up, fair territory, right side, and it'll drop for a base hit. Nice placement there for Jessica Vroman as she picks up a 1-out single. Bars has struck out 5 of the last 7 hitters she faced before Vroman. She got ahead of Vroman 0-2, but Jessica Vroman just would not go down lightly. Finally a 1-out base hit, snaps a string of 5 in a row retired. And here's Peyton Carley. 0 for 1 with a ground out so far. Fouled off, 0-1. Carley, like Vroman, has excellent speed. Both of them take a step start in the batter's box before taking the swing. That one is fouled off to the left, 0-2. So another 2-strike count. It's 10 out of 11 batters who have seen a 2-strike count, and this is another 0-2 count. Most of them have seen one of these. Bars so quickly ahead of everybody, and yet they have not been able to take advantage by jumping on her early in the count. Fouled away behind home plate. So like Vroman before her, Carley trying to fight here from behind 0-2. Tap to the right side, picked up by Torzinski. First baseman applies the tag, 2 down. 3 unassisted on the out. Vroman does advance. She's up to second base now. Now the batter is Emily Dumas. D-O-O-M-I-S. Emily Dumas, the first baseman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Finds the zone again, another 0-2 count. And again, Bars is just 1 strike away from ending the inning. Struck out Taylor Carley to begin the inning. Now looking to put away Dumas to end it, and she does. Got her looking over the outside corner. And the inning is over. 1-out single from Vroman, the only offense for the Trojans in the third. Vroman is stranded at second. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. 5-1, Fighting Saints. Gallison, Haley Lent, and Caitlin Rolniak will bat here in the third, with the Saints leading the Trojans 5-1. They're facing Trinity right-hander Grace Magnuson on for her third inning of work. She allowed 5 runs in the second inning. None of them were earned. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Got a feel for Magnuson a little bit. She pitched well. Ultimately, she 3 times made the right pitch that she needed to get out of the inning. And 3 times the defense behind her just couldn't get it done. Strike called, 1-1. Gallison walked and scored her first time up. This time she takes the ball. It's 2-1. Low on Gallison this time. 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitters count here. She swings and grounds it to short and under the glove of Gina Loy, who made a nice effort going to her right. Couldn't make the play though. Gallison is aboard. It's a leadoff single. Saints are trying to run up the score a little bit now. Already a 4-run lead, but still relatively early in this one. So they'd like to pile on a few more, give a little support to their junior pitcher. She's had a nice game so far. Ball hit hard but foul to left field. 0-1 on Haley Lent. Lent is 0 for 1. She grounded into a fielder's choice in the second inning. Eventually came around to score. Ball low. 1-1. Magnuson, the opposite of Bars today in that she has fallen behind a number of hitters. She's only walked 1. She's hit 1. I should say she's walked 2. She's hit 1. A lot of hitters counts here. That ball fouled off to the left. 1-2. Rolniak waits on deck as the Saints try to generate a little offense from the bottom of their order. Ball 2 downstairs. The count is even at 2. Both of these teams using essentially the same lineup that they used in game 1, in which the Saints won 2-0. Ball fouled off to the left once again. Went out in front of Magnuson a bit here in this at bat. She's fouled 3 pitches into pretty much the same spot out in left field. This time she pops up in foul ground right behind home plate. Playable for the catcher Sarah Grigas, who makes the grab for out number 1. Here's Caitlin Rolniak. 1 on, 1 out. Rolniak gets her first at bat of the game. She was pinch hit for her first time up. Re-entered the game as a pinch runner and now gets to step in at the plate for the first time. .278 hitter this season. Third baseman bunts, pushes it to the first base side. It is picked up there by Emily Dumas, who throws over to first. Jessica Vroman covering the bag for out number 2. It's a sacrifice for Rolniak. Let's see who bats in the number 9 spot right now. Maddie Keating's turn up. She came on as a pinch runner last inning. Paige Egan was the original starter in this spot, but Julie Chernikowski was the one who took the at-bat in the second inning, and she was hit by a pitch. What are we going to get here? Looks like number 9, Becca Stanton. Standing in, senior catcher, another reserve catcher. Stanton takes ball 1 low. Stanton drills it to the left, but it's foul. The count is 1-1. Becca Stanton getting her 11th at bat of the season. She's 3 for 10 this year. She's also walked 3 times. So she has been quite good at getting on base. Popped up behind home plate. Will this stay in play? It will. And it will be caught by Sarah Grigas to end the inning. A couple of pop-outs to the catcher. And despite the leadoff single, Saints don't score in the 3rd. We move to inning number 4. St. Francis 5, Trinity International 1.
At the plate for Trinity International, number 19, Sarah Grigas.
4th inning begins with Sarah Grigas in the batter's box. 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Batting for the 2nd time. She takes strike 1 from Taylor Barse, who's been outstanding so far today. She's allowed only 2 hits. Aside from that Grigas RBI single in the 1st, she's got 2 strikes on every hitter. She misses low here for ball 1. Only once so far in this game has Barse missed on a first pitch to any hitter. There's a swing and a foul tip, another 2-strike count here. It's 1-2. Saints scored all 5 of their runs with 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd, helped out by a couple of errors and some big hits as well. All 6 of the runs we've seen scored in this game have been unearned against the pitchers. Well, Taylor Barse and Grace Magnuson have 0 ERAs for this game. Ball 2 on Grigas. Count is even. First 2-ball count seen by a Trinity International hitter in this game. And that would make this the first 3-ball count as well, as Barse misses outside. Full count on the leadoff batter in the top of the 4th. Ball 4. Taylor Barse, who in 3 innings tonight had only missed the strike zone 4 times, suddenly does so 3 times in a row after getting ahead of Grigas 1-2. And the leadoff batter reaches for the first time since the 1st inning. Here's Tenley Bozzi. Bozzi checks her swing. She went around for strike 1. Tenley Bozzi 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 1 of 6 in the early going for Barse. She struck out 2 in each of the first 3 innings. There's a ground ball to the left side picked up by the 3rd baseman Rolniak. She throws Bozzi out at first. Grigas advances to 2nd on the play. So 1 out runner in scoring position in front of Gina Lloyd. Taylor Barse came into today's game with only 19 strikeouts in 37 innings. An average just barely better than 1 every 2 innings this season. She's averaging 2 per inning tonight. That ball goes to the backstop, and Grigas moves into 3rd base. Wild pitch against Taylor Barse. It's the first time she's fallen behind a hitter, 1-0. Loy swings and taps it foul. Not a huge run at third base right now because it is still a 4-run lead for St. Francis. We're early enough in the game that you don't want to see anybody come in to score, but Taylor Barr is far more concerned with the batter at the plate than she is about the runner at third. She's looking to get an out. The runner scores, so be it. Roller to first base. Jensen Torzinski gloves it, flips to Carricker covering the bag for out number 2, and the runner stays put. Greig is still at third base with 2 outs for Lauren Naveau. So there's a big second out. Like I said, the out more a concern than the run in this scenario right here, but you can get the out without allowing the run, so much the better. Swing and a miss by Naveau, strike 1. Lauren Naveau is 0 for 1. She went down swinging back in the second inning. She takes a ball outside, 1-1. Bozzi grounded out on an 0-1 pitch. Loy on a 1-1 pitch. That snapped a string of 9 straight batters having seen 2 strike counts. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Barca ahead of another hitter. Looking to retire Naveau and get out of the 4th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul, third base side, still 1-2. If Naveau does reach base here, Emily Gifford will bat next. Grigas led off the inning with a walk. She's at third with 2 outs. Foul ball, still 1-2. Ball put in play up the middle, a base hit. Grigas comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Lauren Naveau. Naveau picks up her 2nd hit of the doubleheader. And she also secures her 7th run batted in this year. All 7 of our runs in this game have been scored with 2 outs in an inning. Cuts into the lead a little bit, 5-2 as Emily Gifford stands in and takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch is fouled away. It's 0-2. So once again, Bars is 1 strike away from ending the inning. Trying to put away Gifford. Fly ball right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Rounding second and heading to third is Naveau. They're at the corners after back-to-back 2-out singles. Emily Gifford entered play today with just 1 hit this season. She's got her 2nd, now 2 of 16 at the plate this year. And here's Taylor Carley, the number 9 batter, and the 6th to come up this inning. Carley is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. She swings the first pitch, grounds it right at Brooke Carricker. Second baseman tosses over to first, and the inning is over. 1 run scores for Trinity, but that's all. 2 left on base, 2 hits, 1 walk in the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. St. Francis 5, Trinity International 2. Saints lead the Trojans 5-2 as we begin the bottom of the fourth inning. Anna Weatherall leads things off. Top of the order to face Grace Magnuson. Weatherall takes ball one low. Anna is 1 for 2 today with a 2 RBI single back in the second inning. She's also grounded out. She flies this ball out to deep center field, chasing it back. Peyton Carley, it's over her head. That ball will skid to the wall, and heading to second base, Anna Weatherall's got a leadoff double. Nice start to this fourth inning for the Fighting Saints. They saw Trinity International score a run in the top of the fourth. And now St. Francis trying to get that run back. Maybe a few more on top of that. Brooke Carricker is 1 for 2. She's got an RBI base hit. She takes a ball in the dirt. It skips away from Grigas to the backstop. Heading into third base is Weatherall. She's just 60 feet away with nobody out here. And a 1-0 count on Carricker. All 7 of the runs that have scored in this game have come with 2 outs. Saints trying to break that trend. High fly. Shallow left, backing up is the shortstop, and Loy makes the catch for out number 1. Weatherall has to stay put. One trend that was broken in the top of the fourth. The first 6 combined runs that were scored in this game were all unearned. Finally, Trinity got a run in the top of the fourth inning that was not, courtesy of an error. Here's Allie Belandis. She's 0 for 2, flew out to center field in the first. She reached on an error in the second. Belandis swings at the first pitch, lifts it down the right field line. Backing up is the second baseman, Vroman, and she drops the ball. Weatherall will come in to score. Belandis heads into first base. That's a base hit for Belandis and an RBI, and our score now 6-2. So the Saints do indeed get that run right back. And the defense, again, letting Grace Magnuson down. That was a very difficult play for Jessica Vroman. Her momentum was carrying her back and away from her position towards the foul line. So tried to make the over-the-shoulder grab. Not a routine play by any means, but she did get her glove on it. And I'm sure Magnuson will forgive her for it regardless, but it probably would have been more forgivable had it not been for that disastrous second inning. Featured several errors. Strike 1 on Kayla Garcia. Garcia's been on base twice today, both times in the second inning, a single and a walk. This time she takes a strike and falls behind 0-2. Next pitch from Magnuson. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Magnuson strikes out Garcia. Her second strikeout of the game. First time she's gotten a Saint swing since she got Brooke Carricker back in the first. And that'll bring up Jensen Torzinski. Torzinski's 0 for 1, popped out to end the second inning. She also dropped down a sacrifice bunt during that big 5-run rally. She swings the first pitch and hits it foul to right field. That will drop untouched. Long run for Tenley Bazzi. Well out of her range. Anna Weatherall doubled. Allie Belandis looped a single to bring her home. 1 run in this inning for St. Francis. Torzinski takes the ball low, 1-1. Torzinski hits a little roller right back to the pitcher. Magnuson fires to first, and the inning is over. Turns out to be a pretty quick inning. Just 11 pitches thrown total by Magnuson, but she allows a run on 2 hits, an RBI single for Belandis. And Weatherall scores after her double. And we're headed to the 5th with 3 innings still to play. It's St. Francis 6, Trinity International 2. Trinity scored a run in the top of the fourth. St. Francis got it right back in the bottom of the fourth, so it's a 4-run game once again, 6-2 as we start inning number 5, and Jessica Vroman takes strike 1 from Taylor Bars to start the frame. Vroman's not been retired in this game. She reached on an error and scored a run in the first, singled in the 3rd inning. She swings and misses here in the 5th, and the count is 0-2. Bars has done a spectacular job getting ahead of just about every Trojan hitter in this game. And another 0-2 count. Next pitch misses high and away though, ball 1. Peyton Carley, Emily Dumas due to hit following Vroman here in this 5th inning. Starting to get late for the Trojans as they look to mount a rally. Foul tipped, and Vroman stays alive. For as well as Bars has done to get ahead of everybody, one thing that the Trinity International hitters have done fairly consistently is keep at bats alive with foul balls. There's a grounder to the right side. Brooke Carricker has it, throws to first. And there's out number 1. Trinity has their 2 runs on 4 hits through 4 innings. They've left 4 runners on base. St. Francis has their 6 runs on 6 hits. They've left 5 on base. Ball 1 low on Peyton Carley. Carley is 0 for 2. She's grounded to first and she's grounded to third. She's shared equally among the corners. Lines this one towards the shortstop, but out of the reach of Ashley Gallison. A base hit for Carley. And she reaches base for the first time. 1-out single. We'll bring up Emily Dumas. Bars only does have the 1 perfect inning today, 1-2-3 second. She's been able to, for the most part though, pitch around the base runners. She's done a really nice job with Trinity's number 3 hitter, Emily Dumas. She's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Ball 1. Dumas, 256 hitter coming in with 5 extra base hits. She grounds this ball to first, but it's foul, and the count is even, 1-1. Lights are on. Looking over Harlow Lockwood Field here at the Inwood Sports Complex. The sun is not completely set yet. There's just a little bit of natural light left in the sky. Ball 2, low and outside, 2-1. Very chilly night. The wind has shifted a little bit, blowing from right to left field. It was blowing in earlier. Swing and a miss, 2-2. But it has been a very blustery evening, adding to the chilly temperatures out here. There's ball 3, the count is full. Sarah Grigas waits in the on-deck circle, such as it is. Runner at first base, 1 out, the 3-2 pitch. Driven out to right center field and into the gap. Carley is off to the races as she heads around third base and goes for home. It's an RBI double for Emily Dumas. And again, Trinity on the board. St. Francis's lead down to 3. Dumas picks up her 4th double of the year, RBI number 7. And now Sarah Grigas, who's had a fair amount of success today against Taylor Bars, gets to bat with a runner at second and only 1 out. Back-to-back 1-out hits here in the top of the 5th inning. Grigas has an RBI single back in the 1st inning. She drew a walk, the only one of the game so far issued by Taylor Bars, when she led off the 4th. Ball 1 low. Taylor's next pitch, taken for ball 2. She's just starting to lose her control a little bit here. Falling behind hitters at a right here in the 5th inning that we did not see the rest of the game. And there's ball 3. Make that strike 1 on Gregus. It's 2-1. That one is ball 3. 3-1 the count. Tenley Bozzi waits in the on-deck circle. Saints trying to win their 6th consecutive game in 3 straight doubleheaders. Strike 2 called. The count is full. Sarah Gregus works the count full once again. She was able to draw a full count walk last inning and later came in to score. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and rolled weakly to the left side. Picked up by Rolniak. She throws to first in time. 5-3 put out. 2 outs in the inning as Emily Dumas moves to third base and Tenley Bozzi steps to the plate to try to drive her in. Big out right there for Taylor Bars after Gregus was able to work the count full. Bars does come in and get her. And now the first pitch to Bozzi is fouled away to the left. Strike 1. Tenley Bozzi is 0 for 2. She has a strikeout and a ground out on her resume today. Taylor Barr struck out 6 batters in the first 3 innings. None since. Ball 1 low. The count is even. 5 runs second inning for St. Francis, all with 2 outs. Difference in the game so far. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Bars is 1 strike away from getting out of this 5th inning. Fouled away. Still 1-2. St. Francis in the bottom of the 5th as Gallison, Lenth, and Rolniak due up against Grace Magnuson, who despite the score has actually pitched a good ball game. Liner to right field, a base hit, and an RBI as Dumas comes in to score. More 2-out magic for Trinity. They have done the vast majority of their damage against Taylor Bars with 2 outs in the inning, and Tenley Bozzi has herself an RBI single here. It's just a 2-run game. For Tenley Bozzi, it's RBI number 8 this year. And now Gina Loy, the hitter. And Loy takes strike 1. Next pitch. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Taylor Bars picks it up, flips underhand over to first base, and the inning is over. 1 run, make that 2-run score on 3 hits. They leave 1. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. St. Francis's lead cut in half. It's 6-4. Ashley Gallison leads off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Fighting Saints. Ahead by 2, 6-4. They've been up by as many as 4 runs in this game. Gallison takes ball 1 low. Twice, in fact, they're at 5-1, and then 6-2. Allison takes outside. 2-0 the count. And St. Francis is slugging shortstop. Allison's been on base twice today. A walk and a single. She's not been retired in the game by Grace Magnuson, who is in some trouble against her right now. 3-0. In 4 innings, Magnuson has allowed 6 runs, but only 1 of them has been earned. Ball 4 outside. A 4-pitch walk puts Gallison aboard, and a nice start to the inning for the Fighting Saints. After Trinity took some momentum in this game, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 5th, Saints trying to get them right back, and they're off to a good start with a leadoff walk. Here's Haley Lenth. Lenth shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes ball 1. Haley Lenth is 0 for 2 in the game. She reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the 2nd inning. Popped out to the catcher in the 3rd. Bunted in front of home plate. Picked up by the first baseman Dumas, whose throw to first is in time. 3-4 on the sacrifice. Gallison up to 2nd base. And the batter will be Caitlin Rolniak. Rolniak dropped down a sacrifice bunt her last time up. That was her only time up in this game. She was pinch hit for first time through the batting order. Rolniak takes ball 1 low. Rolniak, I think, the only player on either side wearing short sleeves on this cold night. I don't know if it's a sign of toughness or she just doesn't feel the cold. She's had no problem roughing it out through this one tonight. She's played well. She takes ball 2 low, 2-0. Magnuson a little wild here in this 5th inning. And that trend continues as she misses for ball 3. In fact, Magnuson's only thrown 1 strike in the inning, and that was a ball that Lenth bunted to sacrifice herself, moving Gallison up. The other 9 pitches have, or the other 8 pitches rather. Now I can say 9. The other 9 pitches have all been balls. Another 4-pitch walk. Rolniak is aboard. 2 on, 1 out. And Paige Egan is the batter. Taylor Carley started game 1 through a complete game as expected. She always does. Magnuson is somebody who does get relief from time to time. She started 7 games and only completed 2 of them this year. This is her 8th start. So we may see Taylor Carley or Tenley Bozzi before this is over. Paige Egan takes a running start, misses on the swing, strike 1. Egan is getting her first at bat. The spot in the batting order was filled by Julie Chernikowski the first time through and Becca Stanton the second. This time she's looking to bunt and can't pull the trigger. She takes a strike and the count is 0-2. Gallison at second, Rolniak at first. Only 1 out in the inning. Egan trying to keep the rally going with Anna Weatherall on deck. Soft liner out to left field and a base hit for Paige Egan. Everybody advances 1 base. Gallison to 3rd, Rolniak to 2nd. Single for Egan, she's at first. They are loaded with 1 out for Anna Weatherall. Grace Magnuson ran into some control issues here this inning, and they may prove costly. 2 4-pitch walks have helped to load the bases for the Fighting Saints as Anna Weatherall takes ball 1. Big game so far for Weatherall, 2 for 3. And she takes the strike to even the count at 1. She's got a double, a single. She's got 2 runs batted in, 2 runs scored. It's a really good game up and down the stat sheet for Anna Weatherall. She flies this ball out to shallow left field. Coming in to make the catch is Emily Gifford, and the runners hold their positions. It's a huge second out right there, recorded by Grace Magnuson and the Trojans. Just a little bit deeper, and the Saints get at least 1 run out of it. A shallow fly ball does not allow anybody to tag, and now it's up to Brooke Carricker to get some runs in here. Carricker is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. She's also struck out and popped out. She takes ball 1 high. All but one hitter this inning has seen a first pitch ball from Grace Magnuson. Swung on by Carricker, lifted down the right field line. That's a foul ball. Was nearly caught in the first place, but in the second place, nearly big trouble for Trinity International. That was not fouled by a lot, just inches, separating Brooke Carricker from an RBI base hit. Instead, it's a 1-1 count. The right-handed hitting second baseman steps back into the box. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a 2-run lead for the Saints. Carricker drives it deep down the left field line, but that ball twists foul. 1-2. Carricker has hit some bombs out to left field today, but they've all been foul. She's got a couple of RBI hits, one in this game, one in the last game, but those have been far from her hardest hit balls of the day. This one driven deep out to right field. That's a foul ball, and it's out of the reach of the diving Tenley Bozzi, who tried to make the grab. So Carricker continues to swing the bat well, making solid contact, just not straight enough. Still a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Gallison's at third. Rolniak's at second. Egan's at first. The latter singled. The former two walked. Carricker takes the ball up and away, 2-2. Brooke Carricker, the 6th batter of the inning, but no runs on the board just yet. 6-4 lead for the Fighting Saints in the bottom of the 5th. Carricker drives another one deep to left field. This ball towards the corner, and a nice running catch made by Emily Gifford. And that ball actually appeared to stay fair down into the corner. If that had not been caught, it probably would have hit up against the short fence out there. A big drive from Brooke Carricker, but a great running play made by Emily Gifford to end the inning. Saints load the bases but don't score. We'll head to the 6th. 6-4. St. Francis on top. (6-4) St. Francis over Trinity International in the top of the 6th inning. Bottom of the order due up for the Trojans. Lauren Naveau takes strike one to start off the inning. Well, 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a strikeout, facing a new pitcher now. Taylor Bars is done after 5 innings. Morgan Derringer into the game. She misses high for ball 1. Yesterday, Derringer came up with 2 wins. Today she's got 1 win and looking for 1 save on top of that. There's a bouncer to the left side, picked up by the shortstop Gallison. She fires to first and retires Naveau. 1 up, 1 down in the 6th. Taylor Barsh threw 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, 3 of them earned. 7 hits allowed by Barsh in the game today. She walked just 1, struck out 6, all of them in the first 3 innings. It's an unusually high number for a pitcher who usually throws to contact as Gifford swings and misses for strike 1. Gifford 1 for 2 with a base hit and a strikeout. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Gifford played left field but was not in the hitting lineup in game 1. So this is her first look at Derringer, who threw that complete game shutout earlier this evening. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down. Derringer makes quick work of Emily Gifford. And now it'll be up to Taylor Carley to keep the inning alive. Well, even if Trinity International is not able to get anything going this inning, their lineup is set up, so top of the order would be due up in the 7th, fouled away by Carley for strike 1. So their big hitters will come to the plate again, regardless of whether it's this inning or next. Line up the middle, over to her left. Gallison fields it on a hop, throws to first and ends the inning. Nice quick top of the 6th for Morgan Derringer. 1, 2, 3, they go down on just 8 pitches, featuring a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. St. Francis trying to pad their lead. They're up 6-4. Ellie Belandis leads off the bottom of the 6th. Saints trying to add a little insurance for Morgan Derringer, who pitched a 1-2-3 6th inning in relief of Taylor Barsh. They're up 6-4. Belandis takes strike 1. Ellie is 1 for 3 in the game with an RBI single. Ball high, 1-1. In the dirt on Belandis, 2 balls, 1 strike. Ellie Belandis, Kayla Garcia, Jensen Torzinski, the scheduled hitters this inning against Grace Magnuson on for her 6th inning of work. She's allowed 6 runs overall, but the numbers are not that bad. Strike called 2-2. 5 of the 6 runs have been unearned. And she has held the Saints off the scoreboard in 3 of her 5 innings. 5 runs in the 2nd and 1 in the 4th. Fouled away by Belandis. Count remains 2-2. Ellie Belandis was part of that 5-run rally in the 2nd. She brought home a run with 2 outs in the inning when she reached on an error. In fact, all 5 runs were scored with 2 outs. She drives this ball out to deep left field, but foul. Brooke Carricker hit one into a similar spot last inning. Hers was fair. And Emily Gifford made a nice running catch to end the inning and strand the bases loaded as the Saints threatened to put the game away at that juncture. Instead, it's still a tight one here with 1 inning to play. Belandis hits this one high in the air out to left field. Foul ground. Gifford chases but runs out of room. The ball out of play. We'll The wind is blowing in that direction. I'm not sure if that had an impact on that one, but the wind is pushing towards left field. Still 2-2. And Ali Belandis. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And it's the final one as Belandis swings through it for strike 3. Grace Magnuson picks up her 3rd strikeout of the game. And now she'll face Kayla Garcia with 1 out and nobody on. 3 straight retired by Magnuson. For her, that matches a game high, something she had done 2 other times. Garcia's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. She struck out her last time up. She takes ball 1 low. Garcia batting with 1 out, nobody on. She swings and lifts it out to deep left center field. Chasing that one back is Carly. She can't come up with it. It hits off the base of the fence. Garcia chugs into second base with a 1-out double. Big fly there from Kayla Garcia on another night. May have left the yard. This chilly March evening, it just barely stays in. Nice effort made by Peyton Carley and Emily Gifford, but 2 of them nearly ran into one another. The ball drops just out of both of their reaches. Now it's Jensen Torzinski, 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Trying to add a big insurance run. With Garcia at second base. Torzinski takes ball 1 low. Strike called. 1-1 the count now. Garcia's doubled, the 2nd extra base hit in the game for the Fighting Saints, following an Anna Wetherell double back in the 4th inning. And on Torzinski now, 2-1, 1 out, 1 on base. Torzinski makes hard contact down the left field line, but that ball's just foul. Count is 2-2. Ashley Gallison waits in the on-deck circle. Bottom of the 6th inning here. Last chance for the Saints to pad their lead. Majority of their scoring came with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. When they had 7, make that 8 consecutive batters reach base. Torzinski lines this one to left field down the line, but it stays fair, a base hit. Garcia rounds 3rd, she scores. Heading to 2nd, Torzinski, back-to-back RBI doubles. And the Saints extend their lead to 7-4. 21st RBI of the year for Jensen Torzinski. Meeting in the pitcher's circle as Grace Magnuson has been hit harder here in the 6th inning than she had all game. Again, 5 of the previous 6 runs had scored in that 2nd inning when 8 straight batters reached base. Among those 8, there was a walk, there was a hit by pitch, there were 2 errors, there was a pop-up that dropped between a couple of defenders who were just looking at each other. So a little bit of luck involved in that run-scoring rally for the Saints. Not so much here in the 6th. Just 2 hard-hit balls. A double for Garcia, a double for Torzinski. 1 run is in, 1 out, and Gallison is the batter. Ashley Gallison has reached base all 3 times she's been up in this game. There's ball 1. New runner at second base. Hannah Sante is pinch running for Jensen Torzinski. Ball low, 2-0. A while since Gallison's seen a strike. She walked on 4 pitches her last time up. She's walked twice in the game. She's singled once. And Gallison takes another ball, 3-0. Haley Length waits on deck. Magnuson's 3-0 pitch, swung on and fouled. And that's actually strike 2 on Ashley Gallison. Now the count is 2-2 rather than 3-1. 2-2 count on the St. Francis shortstop. And now she takes ball 3. It's full. Magnuson readies herself for the big payoff pitch. Looking for out number 2 against Gallison. It's fouled back and out of play. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia doubled. Torzinski doubled her in. 9 hits in the game now for St. Francis, and they get another base runner on a walk. 3rd time in this game that Ashley Gallison has walked. 5 walks in total issued by Magnuson. And they're at first and second. 1 down for Haley Lent. Lent swings the first pitch and shoots it foul to left field. Haley Lent is 0 for 2 in this game. She's reached on a fielder's choice and scored. She's also popped out, and most recently, she dropped down a nice sacrifice bunt. She takes a ball high, 1-1. Hard grounder to short, picked up by Loy. She throws over to first in the dirt, but a nice pick by Dumas for out number 2. The runners advance. Sante is at 3rd. Gallison is at 2nd. Lent is retired, and the batter is Caitlin Rolniak. Rolniak does not have an official at bat. A sacrifice bunt and a walk on her stat sheet today. There's an opportunity to put the game away right here with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Base hit could make it a 5-run game. But there are 2 outs. Magnuson trying to get this out and keep her team alive heading into the 7th. Ball 1 on Rolniak. St. Francis has a 14-5 record, trying to pick up their 6th consecutive win. Ball low, 2-0. And they're also trying to start conference play with a 4-0 record. They'll take on Judson next Saturday, their next conference game. Swing and a miss, 2-1. 1-2 rather. 1-2 to count on Rolniak. Doubleheader at Judson next Saturday. Judson got off to a strong conference start as well. They won their doubleheader yesterday against Roosevelt. Ball high, 2-2. Foul tipped. Still 2-2 on Caitlin Rolniak here. Magnuson 1 strike away from turning things back to her offense. They trail by 3, which is a big deficit against Morgan Derringer, but they do have the top of the order coming up. There's ball 3 high. Jessica Roman, Peyton Carley, Emily Dumas due to hit in the top of the 7th inning. Ball 4 outside. Rolniak walks for the 2nd time today. That's 6 walks issued by Grace Magnuson, including 2 more this inning. And here's Paige Egan with the bases full and 2 outs, and a 3-run lead in the bottom of the 6th. Egan takes ball 1. Swings and pops it up foul to the left side. Out of play. Saints have that doubleheader against Judson next Saturday. Their next home game after today, not until April 4th. It's a Wednesday. They've got 2 against Cardinal Stritch. Here's a strike called, 1-2. And Egan and the Fighting Saints down to their final strike for the 2nd time this inning. Rolniak's at first, Gallison's at second, Sante at third. There's a swing and a tapper right back to the pitcher. Magnuson throws over to first and ends the inning. Saints leave them loaded, but they do score 1 on 2 hits and a pair of walks. We'll head to the 7th. Last chance for the Trojans coming up. St. Francis leads 7-4. Top of the 7th inning. It's the final chance here for Trinity International University, trailing the University of St. Francis 7-4. Morgan Derringer out to pitch. He threw a 1-2-3 6th inning. Needed just 8 pitches to set down the side in the 6th, and now the top of the order in the 7th. And it starts with Jessica Vroman, who drops down a bunt. Rolniak fields it, throws to first, and it's not in time. A bunt single for Jessica Vroman begins the inning, and a good start for Trinity. Chasing 3 runs, they needed to get that leadoff batter on. They did just that, and now it's Peyton Carley stepping to the plate. Carley is 1 for 3 with a single. Taylor Bars threw 5 innings and allowed 4 runs, and she is in line for the victory here. Derringer trying to pick up her 2nd save of the season. She misses for ball 1 on Carley. The 1-0 pitch from Derringer. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Saints added a run in the bottom of the 6th. A nice little insurance run there for St. Francis, but they had a chance for more. They had the bases loaded and had to settle for just the 1 run. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. They've left the bases loaded now 2 consecutive innings, and in fact, they've left them loaded 3 times out of 6 innings in this game. 11 runners stranded overall by the St. Francis offense today. Trinity's left 5 on base. Ball high, 2-2. Emily Dumas, who picked up a big RBI double earlier in the evening, is waiting in the on-deck circle. She would be the tying run if Carley could reach base here. Carley fouls it straight back, step 2-2. Due up 4th this inning, Sarah Grigas. So barring a double play, she will get another chance, and Grigas has had a big game. Lefty hitting Peyton Carley awaits the 2-2. Takes strike 3, and there's 1 down. Carley took that running start and then just watched it go by. Thigh high, was not able to pull the trigger. She's the first out. And now Derringer faces Emily Dumas and misses for ball 1. Dumas 1 for 3 with an RBI double and a run scored. She hits this one high in the air out to center field. Anna Wetherall steps in and makes the catch. 2 down. Derringer's 1 out away from ending this thing. Morgan Derringer has opened up conference play with 11 shutout innings yesterday. She's got 8 2/3 so far today. 1 out away from a 20-inning scoreless streak to start CCAC action. Last hope for the Trojans is Sarah Grigas. And Grigas takes strike 1. 1 for 2 with an RBI single, a walk, and a run scored. She grounded out to third base her last time up. Ball 1 high. That evens the count on Grigas. Sarah Grigas, a sophomore from Lincoln Way North High School, swings and misses for strike 2. She grew up right in the area here, Mokina, Illinois. She's had a nice doubleheader, but she's 1 strike away from ending the game. Derringer's 1-2. Misses the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first base, Jessica Vroman, started the inning with a bunt single. Now with 2 outs, the 2-2 pitch. Grigas fouls it away. Derringer pitched a 1-2-3 7th inning to wrap up her complete game shutout in game 1. Now trying to wrap up the 7th for a save. Ground ball to third. Rolniak has it. She throws to first, and there's your ball game. The Saints defeat the Trojans by a final of 7-4. They pick up their 6th consecutive victory and their 2nd today. Doubleheader sweep of Trinity International, and St. Francis opens conference play 4-0. A nice start to the CCAC season for St. Francis. Let's go back over the scoring in this one. There was considerably more of it than we saw in a great pitcher's duel game 1 when the Saints won 2-0. Scoring started here in the top of the first. Jessica Vroman reached on an error to lead off the ball game, and she scored on a 2-out base hit from Sarah Grigas. The Saints would come back with 5 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and it started with 2 outs in the inning. Ashley Gallison was at second base and Haley Lent at first, thanks to a walk and a fielder's choice. So it was 2 on with 2 out. When Lena Mito came up as a pinch hitter, she popped up to center field. Looked like the inning was about to end, but Peyton Carley dropped what appeared to be a routine fly ball. That allowed 1 run to score and make it a tie ball game. Then Julie Chernikowski was hit by a pitch, loading the bases for Anna Wetherall, who singled in 2 more runs. Brooke Carricker singled in another. Allie Belandis reached on an error to bring in another run. And at the end of that long inning, it was 5-1 in favor of the Fighting Saints. Trinity got a run back in the 4th inning when Sarah Grigas walked and scored on a Lauren Naveau 2-out single, but the Saints pushed the lead back to 4 in the bottom of that same inning. Wetherall doubled and scored on an Allie Belandis single to make it 6-2. Trojans tightened it up, made it a little nerve-wracking late in the game with 2 runs in the 5th. Peyton Carley singled, scored on an Emily Dumas double. Dumas crossed the plate on a Tenley Bazzi 2-out single. But St. Francis added their final run in the 6th inning. Kayla Garcia doubled and scored on a Jensen Torzinski double. Morgan Derringer came out of the bullpen, pitched the final 2 innings to save that one for Taylor Bars, who pitched 5 innings, allowing 4 runs, 3 of them earned, and picking up the victory. Bars improves to 4-2. Derringer earns her 2nd save of the season. With the wins, 2-0 and 7-4 in the doubleheader, St. Francis now 4-0 in conference, 15-5 overall this season. Trinity International came into today on a 4-game winning streak, but they dropped 2 in a row and fall to 7-9 and 0-2 in conference play. Saints head to the road next week, a doubleheader at Judson next Saturday. Their next home games are here on April 4th, a doubleheader at 5 o'clock p.m. against Cardinal Stritch University. That's going to do it for this broadcast, though. Saints win 2-0 and 7-4 to pick up their 2nd straight doubleheader sweep to start their home season and their conference season. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna, now signing off for the University of St. Francis. Have a good night.